So today we are discussing about the types of modes of vibration in air spectroscopy. So modes of vibrations are classified into two categories, stretching vibrations and the bending vibrations. Stretching vibrations are further classified into symmetrical stretching vibrations and asymmetrical stretching vibrations. Bending vibrations are further classified into in-plane bending vibrations and out-of-plane bending vibrations. In-plane bending vibration, they are classified into two categories, scissoring modes of vibrations and rocking modes of vibrations. In out-of-plane bending vibrations, they are further classified into two categories, twisting modes of vibrations and wagging modes of vibrations. Generally, why we are discussing this type of vibrations in our spectroscopy. So we are knowing which type of molecule possesses which type of motion in that. So first of all, here I am writing a note. Generally, more energy is required to stretch a bond than that requires to bend it, and that is why stretching frequencies are higher than bending frequencies. So, in simple words, we can say that like if this molecule is there, suppose I'm drawing here. Suppose this is A, this is X. If you want to bend it in this way, so you can easily bend this type of molecule. But if you want to stretch like this, so you require more energy. So as you know that E is equal to h nu, energy is equal to the h nu, means it is directly proportional to the frequency. So here I am writing stretching frequencies are higher than the bending frequencies. Okay. So symmetrical stretching vibrations. So in this type of vibrations, the distance between the two atoms of the bond within the bond axis either increases or decreases due to stretching or contracting the bond between two atoms, but the atoms remains in the same bond axis. So here I am taking EX2 molecule like this. So in this you are seeing that I'm just stretching this bond like this in this manner. As you are saying, the symmetrical stretching means you have to stretch a bond in the same direction and possesses same phenomena. As you are seeing this, same side we have to stretch like this model EX2. So it's a symmetrical stretching vibration. If we are stretching molecules like this and here this stretching molecules like this, so it can be called as asymmetrical stretching vibrations. Okay. So here, as you can see in another figure, contraction like this. So as you are already know in organic chemistry, contraction means ring contraction. Like if 6-member rings are converted into the 5-member rings are known as a ring contraction. So here, just contracting the molecule in the same direction. Here I am drawing another figure. Here, as you can see, here bond angle remains same, but bond lengths between the AX bond are different. So in stretching vibrations, in any stretching vibrations, bond angle remains same, but bond length varies with the bonds. Okay. So in symmetrical stretching vibrations, in this type of vibrations, either stretching or contracting types of motions is observed in both the AX bond, and it is termed as the symmetrical stretching modes of vibration. So further we are discussing asymmetrical stretching vibrations. So here asymmetrical means, here I'm drawing figure. If you are stretching this AX bonds like this, and if you are stretching this AX bond like this, so there is a difference between the stretching between two AX bond. So it is termed as a asymmetrical stretching modes of vibrations. So in this type of vibrations, there is a stretching types of motions is observed in one AX bond, and contraction types of motion is formed in another AX bond is called as asymmetrical stretching vibrations. આપણે કહેવું હોય તો એવું કહી શકીએ લાઈક કે AX બોન્ડ જે છે એક વધારે પડતો ખેંચાઈ ગયો છે અને બીજો જે બોન્ડ છે એ થોડોક જ ખેંચાઈ ગયો છે એટલે આપણે કોન્ટ્રાક્શન આપણે કહી દીધું એને. So further, we are discussing bending types of motions. In bending types of motion, they are further classified into in-plane bending vibrations and out-of-plane bending vibration. So in this type of vibrations, the position of the atoms are changed with respect to the original bond axis. Means જે સૌથી પહેલા જે તમારી જે પોઝિશન હશે એટમ્સની એ ચેન્જ થઈ જશે with respect to bond axis. So they are further classified into two categories like in-plane bending vibrations and out-of-plane bending vibration. In-plane bending vibrations એટલે એક જ પ્લેનમાં રહેશે એવા વાઇબ્રેશનને બેન્ડિંગ in-plane bending vibrations કહેવાય. The bending between the two X bond within the same plane, there are two types of in-plane bending vibrations. અથવા તો deformation પણ કહી શકો vibrations ને. Like bending vibrations માં if તમે like draw કરીએ EX bond like આ બંને વચ્ચેનો જે બોન્ડ એંગલ હશે એ ચેન્જ થશે બટ બોન્ડ લેન્થ રિમેન્સ ધ સેમ. So major difference between the stretching and bending vibrations is in stretching vibrations bond angle remains same but bond length varies. In bending vibrations bond length remains same but bond angle varies. So they are further classified into two categories: in-plane bending vibration, scissoring mode of vibrations, and rocking mode of vibrations. As you are seeing in this figure, two AX bond are come in the opposite direction but in the same plane. So it is known as the scissoring types of motion. If the two X bond are in the same direction but in the same plane are known as the rocking motions. So it is known as a scissoring and the rocking motions. If you are not aware about in-plane bending vibrations, how many types it can be classified. So it's a trick like RS nomenclature. In RS nomenclature, as you are knowing that R means rectus and S means sinister. But here, as you are knowing in-plane bending vibrations, R means rocking and S means scissoring. So you can, by trick, you can also be known. So here, scissoring motions and rocking motion. Further, out of plane bending vibration, the bending between the two X bond is in the different plane or motion of the two X bond is in the different plane. So the motion of the two X bond are in the different plane. So name itself says that out of plane bending vibrations. So they are further classified into the two categories: twisting and wagging motion. So here twisting motion, if the motion of the two X bond is in the different plane and opposite to each other, such a motion is called as a twisting motion. If this AX bond come near to you and this AX bond is below to your eye, so it can be known as a twisting motion. Twisting means opposite direction but in the different plane. We can say like in wagging motion, the motion of the two X bond are in the same direction but in the different plane, we can say. So it can be known as a wagging motion. If the motion of the two X bond is in the different plane but in the same direction, such a motion is called as wagging motions, and the vibration due to which is called out of plane wagging bending vibrations or deformation, you can say like that. So if you are confusing like out of plane, they are classified into twisting and wagging. So which one is in the same direction or which one is in the opposite direction? So simply is a trick only. So in scissoring motion, as you are seeing in plane scissoring motion, so opposite direction, the two X bond are been reflected. So in scissoring motion, it is the same like in twisting motion. So as you are traveling from the ST bus from your village to your city, so you are remembering the ST full form, like the motion of the two X bond are in the different direction. But here RS nomenclature means sinister and rectus knot. But here scissoring and rocking motion in plane bending vibrations. But here ST means the motion of the two X bond are in the opposite direction. But in scissoring case, it is in the plane. But in the twisting case, out of the plane bending vibrations. Same like R and W. R means rocking motion, in plane rocking bending vibrations. Here in rocking motion, the motion of the two X bond are in the same direction, but in the same plane. So it can be known as a rocking motions. But in wagging motions, the motion of the two X bond are in the same plane, are in the different plane, but in the same direction. So it can be known as a wagging motions. So if you are thank you for the listening me. So if you are like my video, then please share to your friends. Okay.